Hello everybody, Shimmer, and today I want to talk about Honkai Star Rail. Now I am having to record this on my iPhone. I've got the 13 Pro Max. The reason being is because it's not on PlayStation yet, and then if you follow my channel, you know I don't have a computer at the moment. I've mainly just been making videos on my PlayStation. But I really wanted to talk about this game. It came out about a month ago, I believe. And I'm gonna tell you, at first, when I downloaded the game, I was not impressed. I didn't even give it 5 minutes. I was comparing it to Genshin because, you know, it is the same developers. And then I tried it a second time, played a little bit longer, still just couldn't get into it. So then I dropped it. And then one day, I was just super bored. I think the same thing happened to me when I got into Genshin. I finally downloaded it and gave it a proper chance. I didn't download it and instantly started comparing things to Genshin. I decided to treat the game as is, its own, as more of a Final Fantasy style game or Persona, or, you know, any of those type of like JRPG turn-based games. And it wasn't going to compare it to Genshin. Now, if I had to compare the two, I would still say Genshin is better. There are things that this game does a lot better than Genshin, that's for sure. But I'm usually more of the action combat and the open world aspect of Genshin makes it a better game. But I do like turn-based, and I do appreciate a good story. So this game is hitting those things fairly well. So I am enjoying this game. It is a completely different experience than Genshin, so don't go into the game thinking it's going to be similar to Genshin, because it's not. Real quick, we can kind of go over my characters. I'm not that far in the game. I'm only Trailblaze level 22, equivalent to Adventure Rank in Genshin, for anyone who doesn't know. Let me just sit up here a little bit. As far as my characters are concerned, I've got Jeepard. He's a really good tank. He was the 5-star I got off of the beginner banner. And that's one thing this game smacks with the head. They give you a 5-star really early on. I wish Genshin did something like that instead of giving you like Noelle. And then they do give you Serval. I have been using her. She's a really good AoE attacker. You do get Natasha sometime throughout the game. She's a healer. And then I pulled Ting Yun. She's a buffer. She gives extra attack. She helps give extra ult generation. So she's really good. I was using Dan Heng for a little while. He's a really good single target damage dealer. Asta is another good buff supporter. She can also do a really good job at breaking shields. Herta, I think she sucks. MC, I do believe you get a different version of him at some point. Right now, I don't like him. I don't like his weapon's a baseball bat. It's stupid. And then you got March 7th, which she's pretty good. She's a good single target shielder, but I kind of replaced her with Jeepard. He does a team shield. It's just not as strong as her shield. That being said, everyone gets shielded, and to me, that's pretty valuable. So, as far as, you know what, let's kind of go over the systems. It is very much like Genshin. So these are all the event notes. So this is the current event that's going on right now. This is the current banner. Silverwolf was on the banner. They've already done one of these. I don't know how many of these they've done, but this is another event where they give you a free premium temple. This is equivalent to like the Purple Fates on Genshin. They give you 10 of these. You just got to log in for 7 days in this 40-day. Okay, it's a 40-day thing on it. So, all right, we're good there. Now, there's this novice experience thing where they give you, these are equivalent to like the blue wishes. They give you 10, and then of course 1,600 of these. These are jades, stellar jades. They're equivalent to primo gems. So I'm getting relatively close to getting another 10 pull. That's exciting. This is a character that you can get from doing the Forgotten Hall. If I remember right, this is equivalent to the Abyss. And you know how the Abyss gives you Xiangling? Well, this is a Xiangling. Pretty like she's not like Xiangling, but the game gives you a character for completing their in-game contents. She is an Erudition, we'll go over that in a little bit. Simulated universe, this is like another thing they've got going on that Genshin doesn't really have. I would say it's probably similar to the Abyss, but at the same time it's not. Like, I would say that the Forgotten Hall would be a little bit more like the Abyss than the Simulated Universe, but the Simulated Universe is pretty good. And then, of course, we've got limited time event things here. So that's the one I've been currently doing. Then we go to the next menu here. This is your Battle Pass. It's just like Genshin's Battle Pass. Every 10 levels, you'll get a standard wish. If you have the Battle Pass, you'll get a premium wish. You get ascension materials, leveling materials, more wishes. At level 30, you get to pick a 4-star light cone, which is the weapons in this game. It's just like Genshin. In fact, at the very end of it, you look at that. You get 680 Stellar Jade and gifts between past riders. Select one rare material of your choice. Okay, so it's like talents. All right. Then you've got the wish system. Right now, she's on the banner. I am saving all my wishes. This is technically the weapon banner, and then this is the standard banner. I'm going for the next 5-star that's coming out in like 3 weeks, so I should have enough Stellar Jade to get it by that point. Then you go here. This is equivalent to like ley lines, and these are domains. It's the best way I can. And in the Simulated Universe, I've already went over that. This is equivalent to your dailies in Genshin. You can knock this out really, really quickly. They give you, I already got them, but they give you like a total of 60 Stellar Jade, so it's, you know, it's just like the dailies in Genshin. You get 60 primos for doing that. Plus you get XP and other things like that. And this is the adventure book. It's just like Genshin. You got your backpack. They put your party set up there. It's kind of nice. All the characters, quests. Synthesize is like the alchemy station. You can mix things together. You can cook, or you can mix things together to make higher rarities. So they kind of combined that system there. All right, but it's enough menus. Let's see. Let's go into here. We've got some resin, or in this game, Trailblaze power. And then you've got this condensed resin, or what's it called in here? I don't even know what it's called. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's do some combat. I feel like I'm really going to be in need of more XP books, so I think we'll just continue to grind XP books. Now, I will say this game has one advantage over Genshin, in my opinion, and that is the fact you can auto in this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've farmed so many domains in Genshin, just like any other player, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm at a point where I'd rather just let the game autoplay itself, because I'm tired of killing the same mobs in the same domain 100, 200, 300 times. But yeah, let's go ahead and run this one, get some XP books. It does tell you what recommended type. Oh yeah, I guess we can go, let me go over that real quick. So there are a couple things to look at. You gotta look at the element. So you see in the top right by his name, he is ice. So we've got ice, physical, fire, lightning, wind, quantum, and imaginary. So certain enemies will have weaknesses to these things. And of course, once you break their shield bar, you can do even more damage to them. And then, of course, it usually puts a dot on them as well. Freezing a target, but it can deal additional ice damage. Physical will put a bleed effect. Fire, of course, is going to be doing burn, shock, shear. It's all relatively the same thing. I'm not going to really go into it too much. But another thing to look at is the type of classes that each character has. So preservation, defensive abilities, so your tank. Destruction, deals outstanding amount of damage and possesses great survivability suitable for various combat scenarios. So these guys are kind of your jack of all trades. The Hunt does really good single target damage. And then Erudition, I did say that when I was talking about that character that you unlock in the Abyss type content. That character's in Erudition, if I'm pronouncing that right. And this one does really good damage to multi-targets. That's what my serval is. Harmony is a buffer Nihility is a debuffer, and Abundance is a healer. So each character has something they excel at. This is Harmony, Abundance, Erudition, Preservation. I don't have a single target damage dealer, but it's fine. Serval will carry me to victory. So here's a combat scenario. As you can see, they got the elements on top of them, what they're weak to. None of these are, unfortunately, they're not weak against the lightning element, so that's fine. We can still wipe them.
This song's for you.
So we're gonna go ahead and smack this in the middle.
Time for a shot.
So this one's weak to physical.
This ends here.
Of that, and this one is weak to ice. Take advantage of that as well. Now I'm going. You can use your ults at any time. It doesn't
In the name
have
of
to be
Landau.
your team. It doesn't even have to. Or it doesn't have to be your churn. And it doesn't even have to be your team's turn. You could be in the middle of the enemy's turn. You smack an ult.
Will forged in ice. Never falters.
It'll switch to your turn.
Welcome, customers.
So as you can see, he shielded everyone, right? So her ability is to support someone. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buff her.
1,000 wonders to raise your
Her ult
spirit.
gives ult to someone else, right? So now she's double buffed, right? She's got her ult gives an attack buff, plus her ability gives an attack buff. So we're
Ready
gonna go
to
ahead
lose
and
yourself?
see how much damage
You can fight it or rock with it.
Boom, smacked. But then I guess I can go ahead and use her ult.
Just in
it's just
time.
a heal.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a crazy fan
friends.
of her ult animation. I think it's a little silly, but it is what it is. But we're gonna go ahead and end in that combat scenario there. We used a couple of our Trailblaze power. We got some XP out of that as well. But another thing you can do is just kind of go around in the open world. And I am going to want to mix up my team a little bit. I believe I'm going to want to go ahead and take Ting Yun out. Put Asta in there. She's another Harmony unit, but she's fire. And then let's go ahead and... Now you can use these techniques before. It's the not the main ability, but the one on the left with the number on it. These techniques give you advantages in the match. So Japard will give everyone a shield to start off with. So we're going to go ahead and activate that. Now we're going to go ahead and activate Asta's ability here.
Found your weakness.
They're ice, she's fire, so she's probably going to break their shield. Look at the amount of damage I did at the intro there. Now, of course, I didn't really affect the guy on the right too much because he is fire. But yeah, let's take advantage of the fact that he busts their shields, kill him. Can't do anything to him.
Nap time.
Boom. Okay,
Pretty good
so
crowd
we've got
today.
this little special character here that I would like to take advantage of. We're gonna go ahead and smack the middle here.
No manners, huh?
And then we're gonna go ahead and bounce.
Everything
Use
is
her
ordained
ult.
by the
She gives everyone a
stars. Give these
speed buff and
trailblazers your
attack buff.
blessing. Ready to lose yourself?
gonna go ahead
You
and
can
use her
fight it or rock with it.
Just focus
This ends
guy
here.
down. See if we can freeze him.
This
Nice,
song's
we
for
did,
you.
we did.
Let's rock.
We're gonna
Who
get
will it
more
be?
buffs to people.
Nap time.
It's frozen. So
Pretty
we're
good crowd today.
We're good. And we're just gonna push. And then that's a combat scenario.
Stars
And I will say,
always remember us.
when it comes to this game, man, it's a little taxing when it comes to like playing it after a while, at least for me. With Genshin, when you had a team, you had a select rotation. You went into a fight, you did your rotation, usually everything died, and that's pretty much it. I will say this game isn't incredibly complex, but due to the randomness of the game, it does require ahead thinking, making sure you have enough skill points, making sure you're timing your ults correctly. For example, with Ting Yun, she gives ult to other people, right? Usually you'd think you would want to pump that into your main DPS to kill everyone quicker, but there's been plenty of times where I've had to switch strategies and give it to Gepard. And so Gepard can give everyone a shield because we're about to die, right? So we need to shield. So Early game, it is easy. It does get more difficult as you play, and it does require a lot more strategy when playing. So do bear that in mind. Now, it is important to go to the overworld to kill these enemies because they do drop materials that you need for ascensions. So I guess we can kind of go over character real quick. You know, we've got character level. They take the same ascension stuff as, same thing as Genshin. You got your light cone, which is a weapon. You've got traces, which is equivalent to your talents. These are the things you need to grind for. So right now I need to find this material here to be able to level up the talent tree. Then you've got relics, which is artifacts. Imagine that. The artifact system is the exact same thing as Genshin. The only downfall that I've seen so far, what is this one? It's an ornament. The only really downfall that I see is there's only 4 slots. So there's no, like, you know, on Genshin where you could, if you're going for like the pyro set, right? The one that, or let's say you're going for Shimanawa's reminiscent for, oh gosh, what's her name? The fire bow chick, not Amber, but the other one. I can't remember her name. Anyways, let's say you're going for that set, right? So you can go for like the flower, the feather, and then you'll want a attack sands, pyro cup, and some sort of a crit circlet, right? Well, as long as you get 4 of those, you're good because you get the passive bonuses. So the 5th thing can be that random stat stick slots, right? You don't have to have 5 of the same set. So that gives a little bit more flexibility. This game doesn't have that. You have to have, if you want the passive, you have to have all 4 be good. So, and then you get your constellations here. And then, of course, backstory. So, once again, super similar to Genshin. We're going to go ahead and do another combat scenario here. Okay, we're going to start with a shield.
I'm with you.
Who are these guys weak to? Wind? And I don't have... Oh, that one's affected by ice. And physical. Let's go ahead and... Nice.
Time for the main event.
We're gonna go ahead and do a charge attack. Bounce. Attack.
Naughty child.
Hope you're prepared.
And freeze him. Nice. It's his turn. He's frozen. He doesn't get to go. Never mind. He doesn't get to go.
Let's rock.
We're gonna save our ult. We don't need ult. We could just go.
In the name of land and will, forged in ice. Never falter.
That one.
Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing. Ready to lose your... You can fight it, or rock with it.
Slam. Look at that damage. Boom. Bounce. Kill them all.
Time for a shot.
Back. And let's have a shield.
Turn it up.
And we win. Oh,
pretty good crowd today.
3? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do this.
Keep up.
We're gonna go ahead and give us a attack boost.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it. Naughty child, nap time.
All right, battle over. Not super complicated, but we did get some Silvermane badges. That is something I really need because I've been trying to get Japard up. So we go to his traces. As you can see, I've been working on him. Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, some of these are really, really, really cool. I like them. These are also really cool, but they take Guardian Laminate. So this is going to be another material I got to figure out. Echoes of War. Interesting. All right. See, I'm still learning things. But right now, these things, they take these Silvermane badges. So that's why I'm farming them so much. This one right here is going to increase the shield that I give to everyone, which is a huge benefit. Right now, it's 31 and 240. If I click that, now it's 33 and 307. So, nice little shield buff to everyone. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. As far as the world goes, it's not open world. It's, like zones that you can explore. They're not that big. That being said, if you do take the time to try to look through any nook and cranny, you probably will find chests. I still have 3 more here to find, and a lot of times you'll run into a group of enemies that are way stronger than you, and if that's the case, just skip the chest and then come back later when you feel like you're strong enough to take them on. And it always feels really, really, really good to see something you can't kill, then just to come back to it a couple of days later, kill that group of enemies, and get this really cool big chest. It is a very, very good feeling. It does make you feel like you're progressing. Your characters are getting stronger. So I do love that touch that they do put those groups of enemies in the map that are stronger than you, just so you can come back later and kick their butts, and then you get this really juicy chest at the end of it. Really, really good. As far as events go, as far as quests go, oh my gosh, there's so many quests. Right now, I'm Trailblaze locked till 24, but that's completely fine because I have all these companions plus all of these adventure missions, and so far a lot of these seem to be really, really, really good. They give good materials, things like Stellar Jade, XP, weapon leveling materials. It's all very, very Genshin-esque. So I know I said at the beginning, don't compare this to Genshin, and yet this entire video I have been comparing it to Genshin. That's just because Genshin is incredibly popular, and a lot of the systems in the game are very similar, if not just like Genshin. It's the gameplay loop that is completely separate. It's completely different. I would say if you were a Final Fantasy, a Persona fan at all in your life, then you're gonna enjoy this game. The story is really good. The combat makes you think, and it's fun. It's engaging. I would still say I would prefer action combat, and if I had the choice, I would switch this game to action. That being said, I don't hate turn-based. I do like it, just not my preference. So, but yeah, I'm gonna continue playing this game. It is a lot of fun. It is a nice break from Genshin. Right now, Genshin's very, very stale. There's been quite a few updates on Genshin. I just haven't had the motivation to get on and play it. I probably won't see a return until 4.0, and then I'll kind of come back and have a lot of content to be able to go through. But right now, it's just kind of feeling barren in the game. So, but yeah, I mean, if you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see Honkai Star Rail content, let me know in the comments below. I am looking forward to this coming on PlayStation. When it does, I'm going to for sure make a video on it. But right now, I am kind of stuck on mobile, so it is what it is. I'm glad I'm able to play it. I don't want to complain too much. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.